Woe is a me bob boom, drop a rebob on. Hello, people. I'm okay. I was just kidding about that. Just finished 3 days of toil. Although it wasn't that bad. But this morning I was just thinking I really don't want to do this. And there was nothing challenging, nothing that that was keeping me awake at night or going to. I was completely on top of the job, Yeah, still, I just can't get involved in it anymore. To me, working is working for other people. I just think, do it your fucking self. What's wrong with you? Can't you do it? What makes me so wonderful? Can't you do it? I'm afraid that's my attitude these days. I don't know whether it's a good one or a bad one. I can't really work it out. But if I do any work in the future, and of course I'll never say I'll never do work, because that you never say never. But I'm just not interested in it anymore. I'm not interested in chasing the money. I don't care if I'm begging in the streets really now. I'm not actually, but and fair play to anybody who is, and if they're legitimate, I'm not taking the piss. I'm really not. What I'm saying is the system as it's run these days. That's what I don't want to get involved in. That's what I mean. And yes, the satisfied customer sort of thing. That's the only reason I do it. It really is. The money's useful. What little I earn, because I'm half price really of anybody else. So they say. And of course then in demand, but I just say no these days. I never could before, but now I just say no thanks, I'm alright, thanks, get somebody else, do it yourself or whatever. But anyway, that's that. Big news, frog spawn. I've got 2 ponds. I call one the big pond and one the little pond, but the big pond isn't that big. It's about 5 foot deep, maybe 7 or 8 foot long, and 5 foot wide, something like that. But it's not very big. But every year, not since the second year I dug it, frogs and toads and newts, brilliant. So it was the 21st of March, and it's the 23rd where I'm doing this now, when I first saw frog spawn. And I check it out every day because it's just my routine, walking around, look at it. So there it is now logged. So I can see if there's any alteration in the year, because of course that's when they tell us the equinox is, but it isn't. It happens in different places at different times, or at different times at different places. Make your mind up which one for those you want to choose, but it does. And of course the equinox is the day, it is the time, the 24 hours where it's divided up equally, day and night. So to sunrise to sunset, it should be 12 hours. Yeah, so if they say it's the 21st of March, which I think they did this time, then that's just for where we are in Britain, or maybe this time zone perhaps, but it certainly wouldn't be that in South America. And I listened to Crow 777, you know him, and he said that the equinox was I think it was the 19th, 18th, maybe 19th. I've missed it, but that is when he recommends filming the moon all the day to see if you can film the lunar wave. And it's very interesting, that lunar wave. Who knows what's going on there, but it's not a heat shimmer or whatever it is. It's quite a strange phenomena. And I hope he and other people keep investigating that. I also did a little bit of filming things at night, stars mostly, wandering or otherwise. And if I can be bothered tonight, I feel a bit, not jaded, but I just want to sort of mong out in front of a shit film, or maybe just watch I've just downloaded Caravan in concert. I like Caravan. I really like Caravan. So I haven't seen this particular one. I might watch that tonight. From YouTube. So if you're interested in Caravan, I'm sure you know them all anyway. So all the concerts they've done being filmed. But yeah, great band, very good musicians. So what was it? Oh yeah, yes. The equinox is all it's wrong. It's just wrong. Because they say it's on a particular date, and that date, of course, should be the whole of the globe. But it's not a globe, so it doesn't work like that. Great, that's another thing of the countless number of things that are wrong with the bollocks globe. I think the biggest one that's wrong with it is it doesn't exist. I think that's its main flaw. Now, I've been over my reasons for not accepting the bullshit that we're told time and again, probably. You know, the fact that the Earth is supposedly spinning at 1,037.5 miles an hour, yet we don't feel a thing. It drags the atmosphere with it. Drags the atmosphere with it. So the atmosphere knows to go at 1,037 miles an hour at the equator and nearly zero at the poles. Clever stuff, that atmosphere, because I thought it was just a gas. Yet it can tell how fast it should be going. Brilliant stuff. Really good. Plus the fact that we get winds in all directions. We've been suffering from easterlies just here recently, cold northeasterlies, easterlies, northerlies. And if the Earth spins in a particular direction, and I can't think of what that is now. Of course, it's east to west, isn't it? Sorry, yeah, it's to the east, west to east. Yeah, west to east. That's where it supposedly spins, because the sun rises in the east. So yeah, but of course that's the wind should be always from that direction, and it should be about where I am, about 600 miles an hour. But no, it isn't, and that would be a hell of a wind. Let me tell you, there wouldn't be any trees, or probably nothing growing at all. It would just sandblast the whole. Well, it wouldn't be leaves blowing about. It would be rocks, gravel, and shit like that. Everything would just be sandblasted to shit. And some people say that isn't it amazing, because everything's just right for us to live here. You know, it's just turning at the right speed. It's just the right distance from the sun, and it's just the atmosphere is just right for us to breathe. And I always said before, I says, yeah, but if it wasn't, we wouldn't be here anyway, because we wouldn't, it would have to be like that for us to exist. So what are you talking about? But now I think that's just fucking shite anyway. Of course, it's all nonsense. This place that we live on, called Earth, kind of looks like it was crafted for us. I mean, we're the same as everything else. We're made of the same stuff as everything else, everything that lives. So it looks like we're here. We've been put here, maybe, for a purpose, whatever that is. Punishment, maybe. I think I can smell something cooking. Maybe just better pause this, make sure it's okay. Excuse me for a second. Whoa, boppery-bop. Oh, I've done that. Yeah, so it's obvious that the globe is utter bullshit, and yet people still believe in it. They believe, just like they believe in God, or they believe in baby Jesus. And it takes faith for people to believe in such things, yet faith isn't proof. And it may be your truth, but it's not the truth, the objective reality. That's the only truth I will call truth. If I go out and see it, then that's it, I believe it. Now, I have seen quite a few strange things in my life. I was doing a job near the sea, beautiful place, looked out onto the sea, and I actually saw. It's okay if you don't believe me. I don't really care, but I know what I saw. And I saw a vortex over the sea, and it was lifting the water as it spun, and it climbed to a height. Our elevation where we were working, it must have been 150 foot, something like that, from sea level, of course. And I'm not saying it was that high, but it was certainly, it must have been 100 foot. This tubular vortex. It must have been like a will-o'-the-wisp, or on the hayfield when I was farming. We used to see this, what we called will-o'-the-wisp, which it just took hay and started twisting it in a similar sort of thing. But it would take it quite far in the air, maybe 6 or 8 foot. But for water to do that as well, that's quite incredible. What a strength. No, it wasn't the moon's gravity. That's one of the most moronic things that you could possibly think was true. The moon affecting the tides, and the way the tides are supposedly working on the globe. Bollocks. I don't really have any. I'm afraid I'm saying this, but I don't know why I can see it and other people can't now. But I can't really get on with people who do believe in the globe now. I think there's something lacking in them. The last time I spoke, it was about common sense and the fact that people have had their common sense maybe not removed. That was a bit nasty of me to say that. Maybe not removed, but certainly put down a siding somewhere and the tunnel sealed up, or the track smashed up. So I don't know. It's inaccessible to them. Maybe it's still there. Hopefully it is. One day somebody's going to break that wall down and or something, and they'll see again. And let me tell you what a feeling that is. It's euphoric, and it's also belittling. But it's a good feeling. Let me tell you, it is a good feeling. Anyway, I must go because I'm breaking my 14-minute rule already.